Hello, my lovelies. It's She here from Go to Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message finds you blessed and full of abundance as always, my sweets, okay? So I have some notes here, and then we're going to jump into the message. So I was hearing you're in the cauldron of the cosmos, swimming in the void waters. You might feel ungrounded, but you are in a powerful place. Akashic record diving is very important right now. You will emerge from this place with your Ace of Pentacles. Ground your energy and bring your ideas into your heart space to connect with your passion, fire, and drive. And I was seeing the Ace of Wands energy really strongly with that, okay? So let me reframe a little bit. There we go. Okay. Nope. Okay. So we're going to get into the Lightworker Oracle first. So let's see what we got here. Alchemical mutation. Alchemical mutation. And what's fourth ray of harmony? So temperance energy, Sagittarius energy, travel energy, traveling to a new location, world energy, spiritual decree. 41 breaks down to a 5. So I'm really getting, yeah, and that's so funny too, because look, she's here, she got her hand over her throat here, and I'm playing throat chakra meditation in the background. So definitely there's an energy here of your crown chakra expanding, your throat chakra expanding, as well as your heart chakra coming into alignment right now. Okay. I'm hearing you are a divine channel, because here we have the Hierophant energy as well as the Lover's energy. Okay. So, oh, and the Strength energy too here behind it. Yeah. I'm hearing you are a strong channel for the divine. I'm also hearing starseed, so you could channel for different starseed collectives as well, or different entities out there, entity collectives out there. Earth healing. So definitely feel like this is like a light worker message here about bringing healing here to Earth, bringing knowledge here. Yeah, because look, here, there's this angel here that's giving this scroll to this baby here. And I'm getting High Priestess energy with that scroll energy. For some of you, yeah, I'm getting that you could have been given, oh, here, my third eye is itching. You could have been given a message at a very young age, or you could have been given a message before you incarnated here, and there was certain like karmic energies, or there were certain I don't want to say tests, but there were certain like spiritual milestones that you needed to complete, or that you needed to surpass, so that you could have access or be coded to this energy. Okay, so you definitely could be having DNA light codes activated, ascension codes activated. Okay, what's this? The Pink Rose of Lady Nada, definitely opening up that Rainbow Bridge energy here. Definitely here in the heart chakra energy here as well. I'm hearing Shamuel, like you could work really strongly with Shamuel or with the Pink Ray energy. Okay. Yeah, Soul Child. Definitely hear about a big energy about either your from childhood or your inner child, like your inner child, or your like either from childhood or your inner child has like a really strong message, has like a really strong like light coding, or like a spirit, like your inner child is holding like a part of your spiritual mission here, the next part of your spiritual activation. I'm hearing activated, like it's activated. There's something here too, like I'm being really drawn to the fact that there's these really tall trees here, and then the same trees are right here in the background here. And it's like there's like this pathway leading up here. And something is like leading up, and then up there is this. There's like a Two of Cups, of partnership here. So there's definitely a partnership with like your higher self and your inner child, like a union here, definitely. So it's kind of like your inner child and your higher self are like soulmate energies here to each other. Okay? Or there's some kind of message here. Again, here, there's some kind of message here that's being delivered here. There could be some kind of message here about ascension, the way that the human race is ascending, the way that Gaian souls ascend here. Ooh, this is getting interesting. Dark angel. You could have a feeling here that you are like a light worker here that is here to shine darkness on, or to shine light onto like shadow energies here on the earth. You could be here helping earth issue in a new paradigm. Resurrection of the golden light. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you are definitely here assisting in helping. I'm hearing helping people remember what they've forgotten. So you could be here meant to help people go through ascensions, to wake up, to you could deliver messages here from like higher evolved collectives to help here to resonate and to raise the vibration of the 3D earth plane here. You could have been sent here definitely to be like this guide through like kind of like a dark night here. You could have been. I'm getting here that for some of you that this could be one of your last incarnations here on this earth, because you were here incarnating in a cycle, in this past like dark age kind of cycle where we were really going through kind of like where the earth energy was going through like a dark night, and now that we're coming into the age of Aquarius, you're one of the people here that have been helping, help keeping the vibration from like being consumed by darkness. So I'm getting here that a lot of your most recent past lives could have been very karmic, or could have been over the last few thousand years here. I'm hearing like the past like 10,000 years, like you could have been, like slowly being incarnated into different lifetimes at very like important mission points, or very important like crucial points here. You could have definitely been helping to transmute with that earthly that alchemical or alchemical mutation. You definitely could have been here helping the human race to evolve, or helping the Gaian collective to remember the light here. You could definitely be. I really am feeling strongly here that if you keep incarnating here, you are going to be continuously from this point forward incarnated into much more like light body souls. So people who are much more in the light, you could be destined here to become an ascended master, or to. I'm getting spiritual evolution. I'm getting like this life is a lot about spiritual evolution for you. That you could have been here working with a lot of like, I don't know, but I'm just saying like damned souls, or you could have been here incarnating and breaking a lot of like generational trauma, generational curses. Like you could have been here learning a lot about healing out of very like dark trauma, narcissism, mental like tragedy energy, war-torn tragedy energy, and things like that. You could have been here helping to transmute a lot of this energy, transmuting a lot of like war energy. This could have even been energy that was on your own soul that you might have bought here from other lifetimes, or from other past karma that you invoked here. So you came down here to work through a lot of like that kind of having a kind of like a dark night of your higher self soul. Yeah, like your higher self, your oversoul could have been having like an overall dark night of its soul for its next incarnation here. Yeah, look, the heart transformation. Yeah, look, and it's like the same person here transmuting. Yeah, and it's the same person. Look at this. It's the same person here transmuting, having this dark night of the soul, coming out of this dark night of the soul, and being transmuted here, having this heart transformation, and then being this reconnecting to like this higher energy, to like this golden light energy. Oh, this is really powerful. Yeah. You have some kind of knowledge here about, again, where I'm seeing like you're like this really bright soul here surrounded, transmuting all this like negative karmic energy here. Divine grace of the law of efficiency. Again, look, it's the same person here. Right, it's literally the same person. They reused this drawing over again, huh? Okay. Just gonna peep that. Yeah, there's some kind of energy here of feeling like, oh my gosh, spirit sent me here and like saved my soul. Like there's something here about like, oh, God didn't abandon me. Maybe for some of you, you felt like reincarnating here on the earth was like some kind of punishment. Especially if you came from a higher realm, like when you go under the great sleep and like you come and reincarnate here, and like, you know, you fall under this like, you know, cloud of forgetfulness. Like you forget who you are, you forget what your soul path was, and you just live for a little bit. Some people do. Some people remember. Some people it's easier to come back. Some people it takes, you know, lifetimes to come back. Sometimes it takes people years to wake up to their soul path and what they're supposed to be doing. Others wake up to it at a very young age, you know. But we're all here walking a separate path. But again, look at this. Oh my gosh. It's an invitation to connect and to unplug from the mass consciousness. Absolutely. So there was this darker mass consciousness here that you might have been being a part of, but Spirit saying, okay, it's time to get out of this like shadow energy here and come back into this much more like light body energy here. Okay. You might be a person that works a lot with like shadow energy, that works a lot with more like scorpionic transformational energies. You might work a lot with like darker feminine or yeah, I'm getting more darker feminine energies, and maybe like Hecate or Kali, or I'm hearing Nyx. Some of you might work with Nyx. Yeah, look, working with spiritual protection. Yeah. So you have this like divine light and divine protection here around you. As your light is reawakened, you're waking up to these higher vibrational spiritual energies, power of the divine masculine. So definitely some of you here could definitely be meant to come into union with the divine masculine energy, or to come into union with your own personal divine masculine energy. Maybe some of you are the divine masculine and you're going through a spiritual awakening here, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a divine masculine and I'm sitting here on a mission and I'm meant to do all this. Or whoever, you know, I'm that emperor energy, I'm the empress energy, I'm a high priestess, I'm the Hierophant energy, high priest, high priestess energy. I'm supposed to be here on a spiritual mission, or I am here on a spiritual mission, and I'm here to persevere and overcome this dark night energy, right? Like the strength card is the card that overcomes like the devil energy, right? Which is breaking out of those karmic soul contracts and bringing in, right, the high vibrational love and light soul contracts here. Yeah. Divine talents. You definitely have like a divine talent coming back to you. Realizing some kind of divine talent, realizing some kind of divine okay, I'm being guided to look that up. Yeah, paradigm shift. There's a paradigm shift. You are definitely here working your way, and Spirit is saying you're getting this invitation to connect even stronger, even more so. Okay. Some of you could be being connected, like guided towards certain herbs. Obviously, like if you're on any kind of medication, if you're on anything before you use any kind of herbs, or if you go, if you're being guided to go on any kind of like shamanic journey, herb influenced journey, okay, you got a chemical induced something here, okay. You guys be careful. I'm hearing psilocybin, okay. Some of you might be using psilocybin, or you might be using some other things out there, okay, to connect, to go on some kind of spirit journey, to go on some kind of spirit walk. Please be careful. Please be mindful of who you're doing this around, because it is very important. It's very, very important who you do it with, who you do it around, if it's the real thing, be mindful if you do any of those things, okay? But you're being asked to step out of this old paradigm and to devote yourself, right? To devote yourself to this mission here. Somebody's divine masculine here could be some kind of scientist, or somebody's divine masculine oversoul or something like that. Somebody here could be really being drawn into working with divine masculine energy. I'm hearing Arcturian energy, okay? The more like science driven, more like Arcturian technology. But again, DNA upgrades, DNA light code changes. Some of you, I'm getting here too that somebody here might experience some kind of very radical physical change that seems impossible. Like, and I know this is going to sound fanciful, and maybe you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? How is that possible? But we talk about here on the on the channel, or I hear it talked about in the spiritual community, how when you go through these like, timeline shifts and things like that, like dimension hopping and shifts and things, sometimes you will see physical things will change like overnight. Like, and I'm getting something big here, like somebody's height, somebody's weight, somebody's eye color, somebody's hair color. Somebody literally could wake up tomorrow and be a blonde or something crazy like that. And you're like, I remember going to sleep as a brunette and I woke up as a blonde. And everybody in my life is like, you've always been blonde. What are you talking about? And you're like, bro, what did you just say? You're blonde. You've always been blonde. You look at all your pictures on social media and you have blonde hair in all of them. And you're just like, what are you talking about? Or you're like, you get up and you look at your eyes. You're like, why are my eyes blue? Weren't they green my whole life? And somebody's like, are you joking? Like, your eyes have been blue your whole life. And you're like, nah, fam. Like, my eyes have been green my whole life. And they're like, no, are you crazy? Like, what are you talking about? And you're just like, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. Somebody here is going to have something real out of pocket crazy like that happen to them, where they're like, I'm telling you, or where they wake up with like, I don't know, that's weird. It's giving me somebody might really have, like, think that they're going crazy. They might have some kind of mental breakdown because they wake up and something huge in their life, like something like the color of their car or the color of their house. They go over to their mom's house and their mom's house has always been green their whole life. They go over to their mom's house and it's blue. And they're like, since when the fuck did you get your house washed or something? And they're like, what are you talking about? No. It's like, your house has been green my whole life. Like, no, my house is blue. Or like, you go to sleep and you have a blue car and you wake up with a red car and you're like, whose motherfucking car is this? I just saw that scene with Cat Williams when he's like, whose goddamn white baby is this? And that's literally how you're gonna feel. Like, and you're gonna feel like people are gaslighting you, and you're like, what is this? This ain't mine. This ain't how I look. This ain't my house. What do you mean my street name? What do you mean I don't live on Huckleberry Street? I live on Cedars Lane. What are you talking about? We've lived here for 10 years, and the name of the street that we live on has always been Huckleberry whatever. And you're like, no. People are like, no. No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, what are you talking about? You're going to be like, oh my God, is everybody in my life fucking gaslighting me? No. No. Try to stay grounded as much as you can, because some crazy shifts, like some crazy magical shit like that is going to be happening to you. And you're going to be like, wait a minute. Because you might have seen little things like things being out of place, you know, little tiny things, you know, like little changes. And even when little changes happen in your physicality, you're like, what? Excuse me, but this is going to be something big. And it's Spirit's way of being like, you have shifted timelines. Please try to just go with it. Especially, that's crazy to me though. Like, I keep seeing somebody with blonde hair. So I don't know if somebody is literally going to go to sleep and wake up with completely different colored hair. And they're just like, what are you talking about? Like, this is wild. Like, this is crazy wild. Like, I've never experienced something like that. Or like, they've always had a birthmark and it's not there. Or suddenly they wake up and they're like, what is this bruise? And it's like, talking about, that's your birthmark. You've always had that. And you're like, what? I have not had a big giant bruise on the side of my face or the side of my body like this my whole life. Like, yes, you have. Like, babes, I've seen you 1,000 times. Like, yes, you do. Like, you always have. You go over to your mom's house and your mom's got baby pictures of you with that birthmark on your side and you're like, what's happening? Your timeline shifting. Like, major. And I know that sounds crazy, you guys, and that's not going to be for everybody, so don't be a girl. Yeah, like, it's not, like, you're not going to be able to miss it. If it's for you, you are not going to be able to miss it. Or if you've already experienced that, put it down in the comment section down below. Something crazy. Invitation by fire. So some of you, if you do like candle magic, if you do fire magic, if you do burning rituals, whatever if you were feeling like, hey, maybe I need to do a burning ritual. Hey, maybe I need to do a smoke cleanse. Hey, maybe I need to light a candle for this or that. Yes. Especially if it's for protection. Cleansing. Eternal now. Some of y'all need to go watch that video that has the thumbnail has me like holding this up right here. I just uploaded it a couple days ago. Y'all need to go watch that video. Yeah, it's like, what is it? Like, this karmic, I'll try to remember to tag it. It's like the 2233. It's like, this karmic is, you know, this karmic energy is trying to come back and, you know, bring up the shadow energy right before your ascension. Yeah. Yeah, this reading feels like the step after that. Like, after that happens, like, this stuff is going to be happening. And you're going to be like, what the heck is happening, Star Child? Exactly. You might even be having a lot of, like, crazy dreams about worlds that don't seem like they can be real. You could have, like, waking fantasies or meeting up with people that you're like, I feel like I know you. I feel like I've met you before. You could be having like visitations from like different star collectives, different star beings, you know. Yeah, but all of this is happening because this paradigm shift energy is happening. And if you guys watch that reading, you'll know like how significant this card was, right? That it was, hey, that this was the world energy where it's like this brand new doorway, this brand new opening, you know, is opening here for you. And this karmic energy was just like, no, don't. But you're like, okay, yeah, no, I need to get up and walk through there because this is nothing but a cloud monster. It's nothing but illusions. Illusionary energy here. And again, like I said, it's because the devil energy came out in that reading and then the strength energy came out in this reading. So that's why I feel like when you pass that over that, that's where like the serious upgrade, because you could have been feeling upgrades happening to your energy already. You could have been having crazy dreams here recently or having a lot of like encounters or something, but like it's gonna get wild. It's gonna get real wild. Yeah, past life activation. Exactly, like I said, with that karmic or with the Akashic record diving is really important right now. Some of y'all are going to have a crazy download. I don't know how it comes to you, whether it comes to you in meditation, whether it comes to you in dreams, whatever. Dark night of the soul. I told you. There's something here about holding space and holding light for people who are going through the dark night of the soul. Wow. I'm also getting that this is some kind of like good dharma, like some kind of good karma, like that you've built up, like positive actions that you've put out there that you've been working through, and you're about to receive that on the other side. Yeah, second ray of wisdom. So as you've gone through, as you have assisted the Gaian collective in raising their vibration, you know, you definitely, as I said, that there was a divine masculine energy here that could be working with you. Yeshua energy or Christ energy could be working with you. Christ consciousness could be working with you. Okay. I'm hearing calling you home. Okay. So definitely there is this energy here of you gained a lot of wisdom going through this dark night of the soul, finding this light within inside of yourself, and it gave you a lot of wisdom down from the heavens, down from the higher realms here. Some of you could definitely be meant to say, you know, to put out that energy. Again, like I said, for some of you, you are this dark angel helping people through this dark night of the soul here. Wow. This is really beautiful energy, you guys. Yeah, this reading definitely is not going to be for everybody. That's okay. Ooh, seven of, yeah. No, this is 5 of Swords. I almost said 7 of Swords. 5 of Swords. Or 7 of Cups. Maybe that's why I said 7, because the 7 of Cups is back here. Why is this 5 of Swords? Yeah, heartbreak. 3 of Swords. Look, I said, right? I said that your Ace of Pentacles was coming. Right? This Ace of Pentacles is coming, so ground your way on the other side of this heartbreak that you've been through here. Okay? There's something here about comparing yourself or comparing your journey. Comparing yourself to other people, comparing your journey, comparing the pace of your journey to other people. Like, don't do it. Like, it's just gonna slow you down. Having this journey, or having this energy too of like other people comparing themselves to you and wanting to tear you down over it. Okay? Yeah, exactly. That's just trying to keep you like in this blocked energy of like letting go and releasing. This is that devil energy, right? Where that it gets in your mind. It gets in your mind and convinces you that you're not better, that you can't do this or you can't do that, or, you know, like, oh, you have a dark past so you can't change and help people now. Like, nah. You made mistakes in your past, so who are you to tell people, hey, try to heal from your mistakes and move on? No. There's something here about releasing. There could be an energy here of releasing imposter syndrome. So, and, you know, this being put in a position of power or being put in a position of elevation, and you're just kind of like, do I deserve this position? Yeah. So, yes, Spirit is saying that they put you in kind of like a hangman energy, or that you were in this kind of like stop, wait, stop and see what's happening around you energy here, okay? Because of the fact that you really needed to transmute this energy here with this 5 of Swords and this 3 of Swords here. Yeah, you had lessons here that you had to learn. That's that dark night energy, 100%. But look what happened on the other side of it. You learned that you're the magician. You learned that you're the alchemist. You learned that you can transmute and let go. For some of you, could have been learning how to transmute and let go of narcissistic energy, whether that be within you or from other people. Yeah, narcissistic soulmates, third-party energies, okay? Woo, are just people who are like manipulative, like very emotionally and like a lot of like manipulative communication. That's what I'm getting really strongly. Manipulative communication. This is also lies that you tell yourself, okay? Lies that you tell yourself, old paradigms that you're shifting out of, that, you know, the mass consciousness lies that the mass consciousness tells you, okay? Also, right? That quote-unquote waking up from the matrix and all that stuff everybody likes to say, right? Yeah. Shifting out of toxic war mentalities. Yeah, exactly. Walking away from the chaos and the confusion, right? Calling a spade with this judgment energy here, letting it come down. And feeling resurrected. Again, with this resurrection energy, right? With this judgment day energy. Was this resurrection, the calling of souls, like a call. Again, look at that. Yes, 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 yes. With the musical talents card. Look here. Right? With the musical talent card and the, where is it? Yeah. Yes. So that's what I'm really getting here with this judgment energy here, right? Like Archangel Gabriel is blowing the horn, right? To bring healing, to bring understanding, this waking energy, this return of something that was lost. Yeah, it's like the ending. So it's like your great sleep, like your great, you know, like when you are reincarnated here and you forget your purpose, you forget what you're supposed to be doing, and you just start, you know, living your 3D life. There is this kind of like resurrection, right? And again, with the past life activation, with that phoenix in the background, right? It's kind of like this phoenix rising out after this dark night of the soul, after going through this, after burning through this karma, after receiving this earth healing. There's like this resurrection energy, this return energy, this return of the golden priestess, return of the golden light kind of energy here, resurrection energy. Ooh, this is such powerful energy, you guys. Ooh, I pray that this energy is protected, which of course it is, but yeah, I'm hearing they cannot stop you. They cannot stop you. They cannot stop you. Yeah. So as much as they might want to try to hold you down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Yeah. Make plans and focus. Because you are leaving behind this old paradigm and you are grasping this new Ace of Wands energy, right? This new world that you're crafting and creating here for yourself, because you're the alchemist, you're the magician, you're creating your new world. Let go of anything of this old paradigm that you might have been holding on to, these old truths that actually kept things hidden, that actually kept things blocked off from you. What did it keep blocked off from you? The Ace of Wands, like I was just talking about, this brand new cycle. This brand new cycle. Releasing and letting go of this old cycle here and grabbing onto this new one. There's that Ace of Wands energy. You know? And all these lies. Like, this is the old paradigm here that you're letting go of. Is this Ace of Swords? Yeah, King of Swords in reverse. Letting go. Ace of Swords. You know, it's allowing this new truth to be planted inside of you, right? Allowing this new truth. Not the sneaky self-sabotage BS. There's the Seven of Swords, right? Not any of this, but the real truth. The truth about life, the truth about who you are, the truth about your mission here, the truth about how powerful you are, the truth about, you know, what you're really supposed to be doing here. Yeah, you're actually supposed to be relieving your anxiety. You're actually supposed to be leaving behind these karmic energies here. You're actually supposed to be in victory here. There's something here about like this old paradigm being like, you're a loser, you're losing, and you're going to keep losing. And there's this kind of, it's like, actually, no, you're not. You're winning and you're going to keep winning. Exactly. And that's the new paradigm that wants to be exactly. That's the new paradigm that is, you know, it's kind of like transmuting, like, oh, that's something that really gets on my nerves so much when I hear exactly this death energy and this chain walking away. Something that really like just, oh my God, yes. And towards the two, you know, pairing up with this much more like emotionally understanding masculine energy here. That's something that really gets me, is that when people are like, the world is going to hell and like, no, it's not. Like, no, it's not. Like, the world is, no, it's not. The average person is healthier, more educated, more safe, more aware of their surroundings, more out of the darkness than we have ever been at than we have been in a very long time. Right? The most average person, not just a few people on earth, not just a few of the richest, not just a few of the people who are awakened, but there's more average people now. There are more awakens, that are more, you know, that are more understanding, that are more than they ever have been in a very long time. You know? So it's like checking out of this paradigm that everything needs to go back to the way it was in the past and then everything will be better. Like, no, it won't. That's an old paradigm that they're trying to push. You know, this nostalgia of the past energy. just keeps you from creating a better future. You know, no, the past wasn't better. Maybe the past was better for certain dynamics, for certain groups, for certain demographics, but for the rest of us, it was not. And the old powers that be want you to invest in the fact that you'll never be able to overcome that, and that you just need to go back to the way things were in the past. That's the old paradigm that you are being asked to break away from. No, we are not stepping back into our south node. No, we are not staying in our comfort zone. No, we are not staying quiet. No, we are opening our mouths. We are opening our eyes. We are waking up out of our slumbers, and we're pushing this world into the future. We're guiding this world into the future. If you want to stay in the past, then you can stay in the past. Yeah, exactly. Unstoppable forward movement. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. High Priestess, come on now. Emperor, come on now. This is also about, you're going to play a very important role here in bringing about a much more healed masculine dynamic here on the earth. Because for a very long time in the past, there was a very healed feminine energy that was, you know, we were more of a matriarchy, right? And then the kind of toxic patriarchy took over. And for a very long time, there has been shadow masculine energy that has been in control in this world, right? In this 3D plane on the earth here. That is the shadow energy that you have been helping this world through. You have been helping see this world. Ooh, Isis. Yes. Yes. I feel that. Ooh, I feel that so strongly. For some of you, you're working here really strongly with the Isis, because with Isis, okay? Because she is the healer of the divine masculine, right? The same way that she went around and that she collected the parts of Osiris and used her magic to heal him, to make him whole again, and to establish him as like the ruler of the underworld, right? Like, so that's the thing, right? It is this energy. It's not this energy of putting men in their place, but it's in this energy of bringing a much more healed version of the masculine forward. You know, and there are going to be some growing pains in the process of that. So I feel like for some of you, you are very much so in this energy here of helping to release this shadow energy of the divine masculine. For a lot of you here, you personally could be healing a lot of personal family wounds of a divine masculine energy here, especially if you know that the people in your family tend to either be toxic karmic masculines or choose to partner up with toxic karmic masculine people, okay? Your own personal, right, growth is really being amplified and is really being reflected in the micro. Our personal, interpersonal relationships are a reflection of what's happening in the macro, which is everything that's happening out there, right? Everything that's happening in the collective consciousness. So as the collective consciousness shifts into this new age of Aquarius, which is new technology, new ways of thinking, much more enlightened thinking, as we come back into that, there is a big, huge dumping of divine feminine energy here that is meant to heal this, the toxicity and the kind of toxic patriarchy and the toxic masculine energy that has been in control of this world. So everything, just like you, right, is in a cycle of going through a dark night, going through an evolution, going through a dark night, going through an evolution, going through a dark night, going through an evolution. And there's always somebody out there being like, it's the end of the world. They're always out there, okay? They're in every century. They're in every town. They're out there screaming about how things are going to hell, right? They're going to be out there. Unplug and don't listen to them. If that means you need to take a break from the constant news cycle, take a break. If that means that you need to take a break from the toxic masculinity in your family, take a break. If that means that you need to get away from your job because it's full of toxic masculinity, take a fucking break. If it means that you need to get out of your toxic karmic relationships, don't take a break. Break that shit off. Why did I just hear that? Break me off a piece of your Kit Kat bar. I don't know. That's going to resonate for somebody. You better get away from that Kit Kat motherfucker, because he's breaking off bars for everybody. Ooh. Ooh, wee. That was there for somebody. Okay, exactly. This is about you stepping into this. Yes, because that's Isis. That's that Isis Queen of Wands energy, High Priestess energy. 100%. 100%. You know, this is also about if you do practice with, you know, the three-faced goddess energy, or you do practice with Hecate, or if you do practice with like the maiden crone, you know, who's the third one? Just like the regular woman, but why can't I think of the name? Just like the grown, like, anyway, the mother, the maiden, the crone. Wow. I was struggling with the word mother. Hey, for some of y'all, you might be struggling. You might be struggling to become a mother. You might be struggling with the mother energy. Some of y'all might be struggling with the fact that you gave birth to some not so good men, okay, out here in this world. It's not too late. It's not too late to try to, I don't know, like, try to heal your family energy, and you heal that by healing yourself, by choosing better for yourself, by teaching your children to choose better for themselves. Like, there is this kind of evolution here that's happening, and you're a part of it. Thank you for the work that you do. Yeah, you're really like, you're grounding a lot of this energy here. Yeah, I'm getting that somebody here is going to be a woman that's going to change a lot of men's minds about things. Waking up the divine masculine. I really feel like somebody here is a very strong feminine that's going to be working with a very strong masculine energy, and you in this masculine energy here are going to bring a lot of softness and understanding. It's like waking up the divine feminine energy within the divine masculine. There's a big energy of that too as well. So that heartbreaker, dream maker. Yeah. So some of you here might have had quite a lot of interactions with karmic masculine energy here. Okay. Or it could have just been like every person that you dealt with was like a karmic masculine kind of energy. I feel like you're really here. You're here flipping and turning around, making fuckboys into men. I don't know what you're doing, but you're here. You're here transmuting a lot of, like, rapidly transmuting energy a lot. Some of you here are so powerful. And there's this kind of energy here of you actually having your powers like dampened, or like kind of like shut down for a little bit, because it's like, kind of almost like with great power comes great responsibility, and you needed to learn the great responsibility first before you were really gifted with understanding, like your great power that you have here. Yeah, there's a lot of Nine of Wands energy here, okay, that you've been flipping and flopping around, like transmuting, turning boys into men again, right? That's a thing that Isis does, is turning boys into men, transmuting them. For some of them with sexual energy, transmuting people with sexual energy. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and fuck every, lay down with every fuckboy that you can find or anything like that. But there's something here. There's something here about, like, not shaming yourself for your past or something like that, because you were supposed to come into contact with the people that you came into contact with in the past, regardless of how many or how few or whatever that is here. There's something here that you're not seeing about how powerful it is. So the mass consciousness might be telling you that you should feel ashamed of your body count, or you should feel ashamed of your choices of men in the past. But there's something here about, and it's not just about making excuses for yourself or trying to make yourself feel better. That's, again, is part of the, like, toxic masculine energy here that you are transmuting. You might have had interactions, whether they be sexual or not. I mean, this could be friends, this could be family members, this could be bosses, people that you work with. You've come into contact with a lot of masculine energy, and maybe you have this men ain't shit kind of energy because you needed to see that there is out there. This karmic masculine energy is out there in the collective, and it needs to be transmuted. Something needs to be done. Like, it needs to be flipped. You were meant to see this. There was something about here. You were meant to see this, to interact with it, so that you could know it, so that you could figure it out, so that you could see the red flags and the warning signs of it, right? So that you could learn this lesson here about it. Know thy enemy is what I'm hearing, but it's not really like your enemy, but it's like knowing something. If you're going to change something, then you need to know it. And there's something here about forgiving yourself because you needed to go through this. You needed to see it. You needed to understand it, because it's on the backside. It's going to help you to transmute it. Like, there's something that your fuckboy radar is like on 10,000 now, right? And it's that way because of or your narcissist radar is turned up, right? And you're like, nope, 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 nope. I see it, I see it, I see it. And you only got that because you had to deal with them, because they were there, because you learned how to transmute and release yourself from this energy. So there is this energy up here of like, don't beat yourself up for your past. Don't think that you're, like, there is something here about the fact that if you were going to be a healer, if you were going to be a leader, if you were going to be somebody that is meant to help people, you need to know what it's like to be down in the trenches. You need to know what it's like to be there. You need to know what it's like to be that. You need to know what it's like to overcome it yourself personally. Because what good does it do to hear somebody that's like, I've never dealt with it, I've never been in it, but you need to do better? Does that help you grow more? Or are you more likely to have respect for somebody that's like, I've been in your very fucking position. I've been there, down. I've been out on the streets. I've been in this position. I've chosen to disrespect myself and my body by choosing to give it to certain people that did not deserve it. And I had to learn how to respect myself. I had to get it out the mud. I had to get it out the gutter. I had to learn what it was like to walk that path. And I'm telling you that you can get out of it because I've been on that path, and I have lifted and healed myself out of it. Now, that doesn't mean you did it all by yourself. Maybe you had help along the way and things like that. But there's something so powerful, Hillary, about you being like, no, no, no. I'm not just on a pedestal looking down at you. No, I'm there with you. I have been there with you. I've done it. I know you can do it. How do I know you can do it? Because I did it. You can raise yourself out of this. You can choose a better life for yourself. You can choose to break away from these karmic contracts, and you can choose to learn your lesson and to evolve and to choose something better for yourself and to choose something better for your children and to choose something better for the next generation that you're passing down your thoughts, your mindset to. We can really do this. We can change. And how do we do it? By changing ourselves, by working on ourselves and being an influence vicariously. People will see you changing, see you doing better. It will want to walk that same path and will want to do the same thing. People will be magnetized to your story, to the things that you have been through. Like, damn, they really know how I feel because they've been there. And there's something so authentic about that. And there's something so, like, you have really been beating yourself up, and something that you have been judging yourself very harshly, or that other people have judged you very harshly for, is going to be the thing that makes you not the imposter. Right? This imposter syndrome is hitting you thinking like, oh, well, I have a past. Who am I to tell people to do this or do that? You are exactly the person to tell them to do this or do that, to not do this, because you know. You were that person addicted to that. You were that person in karmic relationships. You were that person in codependency. You were that person dealing with healing yourself from a narcissistic parent wound or healing yourself from family trauma. You were that person. I know I was born into the system. I know exactly what it feels like to be unstable, what it feels like to struggle, what it feels like to be poor. I know exactly what it feels like to be in addiction, or I know exactly what it feels like to be whatever it is for you. Okay? Like, I know exactly what it feels like, and I know exactly how hard it is. But if I made it, so can you. And this is how I did it. And how I do it might not work for everybody, but it's going to work. But there's going to be some people out there that it works for. So there is like this illusion. You are holding on to this confusion that, like, if you were meant to be this person, then you never would have gone through all the negative things that you went through. And that's not true. You went through the negative things that you went through so that you could be the person that you are right now, so that you could have healed from those negative things that you went through, or through those toxic things or traumatic things that you went through. You had all the experiences that you did so that you could be in the position where you are now. And it doesn't make it okay that you went through those things, but it does. Spirit is like, please release it and let it go. Heal from it. Don't think that you're less person because you went through that. That's an old paradigm. That's an old toxic paradigm that everybody wants to hold up to everybody. Like, okay, he who is without sin cast the first stone. That's what I'm hearing. I'm waiting. Hello? Oh, okay. That's what I'm getting. You know? And to not let it hold you back, that some people want to be like, but you're not perfect, but you're not this, but you're not that. Yeah. This is about you finding your celebration, finding your home, finding that thing that feels right, finding that place in the world that feels right, that feels like, wow, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I went through the things that I was supposed to be doing so that I could be here. I went through, so that I can evolve through this. See, me and one of my best friends, we had a really, oh my God, like one of the most deep and like most beautiful conversations. When we were sitting there talking for hours. We were just sitting there talking for hours, putting our son to sleep. And after he fell asleep, we just kept sitting there just talking and talking and talking. And it was just amazing. The things that we were talking about, and just kind of the karmic cycles that I could literally see us, like the karmic vision, that karmic film, that trauma and that fear and pain. I could see us both just like crawling out of it and just being like, oh shit, like we're changing, and even she said that she was like, I can't remember exactly everything that we talked about, but I've been feeling so much lighter. So much lighter, so much airier, so much easier. She was like, it's so crazy. And I was like, yeah, we're transmuting this energy. And that's what you're overcoming, is this toxic masculine energy. This own toxic masculine energy of wounding, of fighting just cause, of chaos, of being loose with sexual energy, of whatever it is, whatever this masculine wound here is. All right. You're healing this from within you. And as you do that, you're healing it from within your family, and you're helping to do your part to heal it within the collective as well. Every single person that chooses to heal themselves is choosing to heal the collective as well. Every single person that's choosing to do better than the generation before them is choosing to walk in a better light, to walk in that higher vibration, right? To do better than what they were given, to truly do better, to truly fight their way out of the things that held them back from the past, And I'm being so drawn to blossom right now, right? Like blossoming. That's what I'm really getting, like really strongly, like blossoming, growing, having this fruitful, and having this stability within yourself. Because when we have this masculine wound, we can have wounding around our sexual, our sexual energy. We can have wounding around our productivity, around our motivation, around our, finances, around anything to do with like our lower chakras. So like our root chakra, our sacral chakra, our solar plex chakra, around rhythm and motion and movement and connection to the body, to the 3D, to materialism. We can manifest those energies of stubbornness, those lower vibrational energies of, materialism, of stubbornness, of not seeing our worth, not seeing our value, not being able to not communicate, but to network as efficiently, to not be able to ground in businesses, or to not be able to ground in our finances as quickly or as easily, to not be able to ground in, the masculine energy of drive, focus, passion, like making a plan, doing your research, making the plan and acting on it. Like that kind of masculine drive energy, follow through. You might have wounds around procrastination. You might have wounds around being able to say, oh my God, I want to try this out, and buying the things to do it and then never finishing a project, or never starting a project, being like, oh my God, I'm so passionate about this, but never starting it, doing all the research, but never putting it into work, reading all the self-help books that you can find, devouring them, knowing the information, and then just holding on to it and not putting it into practice in your life. If you have if you have problems with any of those things, you have a wound in your masculine energy that is asking to be, these symptoms that are showing up in your life are symptoms of this wounding in your masculine energy, and your body is showing you, right? Your mind and your body is showing you these symptoms of this wound in this way. But you have to get to a way where you're not just like, oh, I'm so lazy, I'm so this, I'm doing that, I can't believe it, I just do all this and then I never finish it, or I have all this procrastination and it, it messes up my life. Why can't I ever focus? Why can't I ever plan? Why can't I ever have follow through? Man, I'm just this terrible person. If you are stuck in that cycle, Spirit is saying, see your way through this and see that these things are a symptom of a wound that you need to heal. And you have everything inside of you that you need to be able to heal that wound, right? You have, all you need to do is be able to recognize it for what it is. If you have just been taught, oh, this is who you are. Oh, this is who I am. Oh, all these negative things is just who I am. Then you don't recognize them as a symptom of a problem that can actually be fixed, of a symptom of something that can actually be healed inside of you, and you won't deal with those things as much. You can learn tools that will help you to counteract those symptoms of that wound while you are healing that wound. But first you have to be able to say, wow, there's a problem. And the problem is not just inherently me. It is not just inherently that I'm not strong enough, that I'm not smart enough, that I'm not capable enough, that I don't love myself enough. No, there is wounding here. And that's why I have all these symptoms. That's why I struggle with all of these things. There is something inside of me that needs to be healed. And once I heal it, once I start focusing on it, once I start working on it, and I do it with love, and I don't do it with judgment, and I don't do it with, beating myself down, and I do it with love, and I do it with understanding, and I do it with, like I see your worth and I see your value, and I'm taking care of myself, and I'm showing up for myself, and I'm, taking it one step out of a time. And if I falter, I'm not beating myself up. I'm telling myself it's okay. Get back up. You can do it. You're going to be okay. You're going to fail sometimes. That doesn't mean that you're a horrible, terrible person. Pull yourself out of the karmic muck is what Spirit is saying. Get it out the mud, because that's your mindset. That's the old paradigm. That's the old consciousness that they are asking you to unplug from. Unplug from this judgment, from this anxiety, from this shame. Unplug from it and see it for what it really is. Once you see it for what it really is, okay, you can actually work on it. You can work on it. You can focus on it. You can heal it. And you will see the changes in your life. Then it might take time, because it could have taken you 30 years to develop this wound. So yeah, it might, I'm not saying that's going to take 30 years, but it might take you a little bit of time. Okay? But be there for yourself. Have consistency with yourself. Work on it. Have devotion, right? Have devotion to healing this. Work on it a little bit every single day. And before you know it, you'll look back and be like, wow, I am 200 steps closer to healing than I was a few months ago. That's crazy. Or, last year. That's crazy. right? If you take a step every single day, that's your 300 plus steps closer, 365 steps closer than you were last year, than you were. Okay? It's not about, sometimes, you'll make big, huge leaps forward. Okay? That might be 4 or 5 steps, right? But if you at least take that little step every day, you are showing the universe that you are willing to work on this, that you are willing to create a better life for yourself, that you are willing to recognize things about yourself that need to change, that need to take accountability, and you're not going to sit there and beat yourself up for those things. You are going to love yourself, right? We are continuing the love the shit out of yourself challenge. We are still here working on it every single day. We talked about that for 2023, and I'll tell you what, the shadow work that I did in 2023, oh my God, crazy. But I took a step, and then I took another step, and then I took another step. Then I might have stood there for a few days, but then I took a few more steps to make up for it. You and your life, the life that you really want, is worth it. Living that better life for yourself, for your kids, for you, for your community, okay, is better, is worth it. And Spirit is telling you, you will not walk this path alone. That you have not been walking this path alone, and they promise that you will, that you won't. That you might feel lonely, but you will not be alone. Whew. Okay, wait, there's 1 or 2 more cards that want to come out here, and we're going to close this out and change it. Look, what did I say? Devotion. The 6th ray of devotion. Come on now. Devote yourself to this path. Come on now. Spiritual service. Come on now. For a lot of you, because look, I want to mention again, right? Did I pull that out? Where it was like the 2 people. Oh, yes. Here. Look. Look at this. Look. Dark night of the soul. The person looking up with the orb. Look. There you are again. Spiritual service. And for, like I said, for a lot of you, it is you here as you walk through this dark night of the soul, as you cleanse this here from your 3D self and you transmute it here, right? You're getting the spiritual wisdom that you need to put it into service. And here the Spirit God is telling you here, I will show you here how to create this whole new world for yourself. I will show you here how to create a whole new soul, how to create a whole new, a whole new source, a whole new life, a whole new planet for your soul. It's baby steps. It's okay. It's baby steps. And they're walking you through it. Right? You're being walked through it. You're being guided through it. So have faith in yourself as you walk through this. Okay? Wow. Is that it? One more? Is there one more card that wants to show itself? Okay. That's not one more. Thank you. There it is. Archangel Raphael, definitely. Hilaron. Master Hilaron and Archangel Raphael. Yeah. Right, again. Right, those doors are opening. Those gates are opening. Those pathways are opening for transmutation. Again, look, doesn't that look like this? Here, this person down below, right? You're being transmuted by the light. Transmuted and transformed. And this looks a lot like, I don't have the Divine Feminine card in this deck because actually I'm using it for some spell work right now, but look. It looks so much like the Divine Feminine card in this deck. And look, again, there's that Eternal Now. There's God saying, yes, we're going to blow all this away, and I'm going to blow all this energy, I'm going to bless you here. with this transmutation energy, with this transmutation, transmutation energy, right? With this past life soul activation, with that phoenix energy here. Yeah, Spirit said, I trust you. You've done it before and you'll do it again. Exactly. So, before we go right quick, I'm going to go ahead and shoopity shoop shoop shoop. That's funny. Blue Angel. I don't know why, but I felt really guided to share that. BlueAngelOnline.com. There might be something there for some of you. 28. Some of you, I'm getting with this invitation by air, I'm getting that some of you might get a message, you might get an invitation. It could be coming from online. It can also be a dark and destructive force undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart and keeping you trapped in fear. Come on now. Come on now. I'm going to read it again. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength as you take your spiritual journey. It can also be a dark and destructive force undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart and keeping you trapped in fear. You have a strong and powerful mind. Yeah. Be mindful of the despair energy. Your mind is so strong here. Your higher chakras are in such overdrive here, okay? It could be, be mindful of this Eight of Swords energy of being trapped in this kind of trapped in fear in your mind through this dark night, okay? Or as you stepping into these places to transmute the shadow energy, right? It can affect you a little bit. Be mindful and make sure that you're keeping up your spiritual hygiene, that you're closing that energy out, that you're transmuting that energy and letting go. Okay. Listen to this, you guys. Oh my gosh. Part of your divine purpose is to develop the power of your mind and use it for healing purposes. Come on now. What did I just said? I said you had a powerful mind, but you needed to use it to transmute here. Okay? And that's what's being transmuted. Dark energy here is being transmuted out of your mental space energy. Wow. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys. If you change your mind, you can change the world, right? You are the maker of your own reality. You are the alchemist. You are the magician. Step into that. Guidance and healing and inspiration can come to you daily, helping improve your own life and the lives of others. Healing and opening the mind to new realities and possibilities are the gift of Ascended Master Hildron and Archangel Raphael. Come on now. So some of you, if you feel really guided to work, okay, to work with divine masculine energy, it could be really powerful. Okay, to call on the Ascended Master or to call on Archangel Raphael to help you with your healing. Okay. You will recognize when you have sufficient mental rest because you shall feel at peace. You should feel a peaceful sense of vibrancy and inspiration. When you let go of this way, switching off and taking a step back, new approaches and ideas come to your mind. So work according to your own creative rhythms. Exactly. Okay. It is time to slow down and cleanse your mind. Yeah. You have been absorbing a lot of new information. You may feel you have so many tasks to do that you don't know where to start, or that if you start to rest, you will never get through it all. This is cautioning you mental stress, which is diminishing your productivity, okay? This is causing you mental stress. So all of the downloads, all of the everything you've been kind of doing, very overactive, higher chakras, okay? Ground yourself. That talked about that, right? You're in a very powerful place, but ground yourself, okay? Ground yourself to receive this healing and to receive what to do. So sit without the distraction of telephone, computer, mobile phone, music, television, or radio. Take a few moments of silence. Say the invocation below, and then imagine, intend, visualize, or feel a fresh, pale green energy wash throughout you. Focus on this for a second or two, then just relax and enjoy the mental cleansing. Yeah. So the invocation. I call upon the healing grace of Master Hilderon and Archangel Raphael. I could be saying that name really wrong. Forgive me if I am. Who we love unconditionally. May my own mind now gain rest, clearing, and refreshment. May I be assisted through unconditional love of mental healing and the development of my mind in service to my spiritual purpose. Please help me let go mentally to allow for purpose, a healing energy. Let me start that again. And develop of my mind in service of my spiritual purpose. Please help me let go mentally to allow for positive healing changes to happen. I ask for the grace I need to access all helpful knowledge, understanding, and wisdom necessary for me to fulfill my divine purpose. May my mind become peaceful, clear, and refreshed. May all beings be free from mental anguish through the grace and unconditional love of the divine through my own free will, so it be. Okay, so you can see that. Can you see that? Focus, 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 focus. Okay, I'll say it again. I call upon the healing grace of Master Hilderon and Archangel Raphael, who love me unconditionally. May my own mind now gain rest, clearing, and refreshment. May I be assisted through unconditional love for mental healing and the development of my mind in service of my spiritual purpose. Please help me let go mentally to allow for positive healing changes to happen. I ask for the grace I need to access all helpful knowledge, understanding, and wisdom necessary for me to fulfill my divine purpose. May my mind become peaceful, clear, and refreshed. May all beings be free from mental anguish throughout the grace and unconditional love of the divine through my free will, so it be. Okay. Yeah, and then next door is the pink rose of Lady Nada, and I feel guided to read this. You are in the midst of a heart healing, a healing of the fears and anxieties that have held you back from enjoying your full magnificence. Lady Nada is here with all of her gentle power, washing you in soft pink light. All anger, fear, sadness, bitterness, disappointment, and hurt are soothed and loved into peace. She brings you a sign of your future blossoming into deeper love. Blossom. Come on now. I was like, I'm so drawn to blossom right now. At 100%, right? It's this kind of rose energy blossoming. Yeah. Perhaps your heart is so tired that you struggle with compassion fatigue, finding it difficult to care even though your nature is one of deep compassion and kindness. Or perhaps you have put your heart and soul into something or someone and feel your efforts have been cast aside or taken for granted. Perhaps you are processing a great loss. Whatever the reason, Lady Nada has come to comfort your soul. Your pain will pass and your suffering will be alleviated sooner and more gently than you might expect. Yeah. So definitely So, definitely for some of you here, you have been here working for a very long time. And maybe for some of you, you are suffering with compassion fatigue. You're here with that whole, oh, I'm a light worker. I'm here. And it's like, I have to save everybody. I have to help everybody. I have to enlighten everybody. I have to save all my friends and my family and enlighten them to the great purpose here on earth. It's not your job to save everybody. It's not your job to enlighten everybody. It's not your job. All right. You are very wise, but you can have this compassion fatigue. Maybe for some of you, for a long time in your life, it was easier to heal other people than it was easier to heal yourself. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's be honest about it. Okay. Maybe it was easier for you to focus on trying to heal these narcissistic people or these karmic masculines than to focus on healing yourself. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that's still where you are now, but I feel like for a lot of you, you might be suffering from that, or you might be suffering from some kind of caregiver's fatigue. Okay. For some of you, this is more like a more direct thing where you've been taking care of a loved one or, someone who was very ill. And then now you're kind of feeling, yeah, because look, that sick is here. Sick. For some of you, you might have even been married to this person. They might have done a lot of mind games. Maybe for some of you, you were married or in a very long-term relationship with a narcissist. Okay. Maybe you were raised by a narcissist. Yeah. Take a step back and look at the bigger picture. That's what you're doing now. And maybe it kind of really, it's made you kind of feel very fatigued. You've been through this dark night of the soul. Spirit is saying, hey, take a step back, take a break. It's okay. If you offer some kind of spiritual service, Spirit might be really guiding you to take a break. If you didn't take a break through the holidays, Spirit might be guiding you to say, hey, it might be time to take a break from your service for your services for a little bit. Have some deep replenishment for yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't show up for your friends and for your family and for the people you're providing a service for if you're not showing up for yourself. Keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, because for some of you, you're really being stuck in fear and anxiety of letting go, of taking a break, of stepping back, of healing this, of working on it, of saying, hey, I need help too. There's something here that you're really going to be releasing and you're really going to be letting go of, okay? This is beautiful. For some of you, Spirit is encouraging you to go get some Reiki healing done, to go have like a somatic release massage, perhaps maybe doing some somatic release yoga or some kind of meditation or some kind of workout, or for some of you also, I'm getting that's why I was just like, oh, my neck, like I'm getting like a lot of like stiffness, like suddenly in my back and in my body, becoming a little bit more physically aware of where you are or how you're feeling. Okay. Getting more in touch with your body. Some of you could have suffered a lot from disassociation. You could feel yourself disassociating from your body a lot, disassociating from things that you've been through. You could find yourself disassociating because you're like, I don't want to be here with these nasty ass human beings anymore. I feel you. Or I just don't want to be here because of all the shit that I've been through in my life. I feel you. Get into some therapy. Help yourself. This body is worth saving. It's worth taking care of. It's worth being here. It's supporting you. It's loving you. And although this body in this lifetime might have been a vehicle for you to suffer from some kind of trauma or abuse, this body is also something that's on the other side of it's going to give you a very beautiful experience, right? Once you start healing that within you, you're going to start realizing, no, I really love this body. No, I really care for this body. No, I want to take care of. I really want to be here. I have a purpose here. There's a reason that I'm supposed to be here and I'm going through the things that I'm going through. There's a reason, So for some of you, you might be finding that reason. And that reason is you. Yeah. And the reason is you. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of y'all, but for real though. Yeah, like a reason to start over new. And for a lot of y'all, that reason is you. It's you. Me, my life, me, loving myself, showing up for myself, taking care of me the way that my family didn't take care of me, or my friends didn't take care of me, or my loved ones didn't take care of me, or my parents didn't take care of me, or the way that narcissistic ex didn't take care of me. Showing up for myself, healing myself, being there for me. That's the reason. That's the reason. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Spirit said some of you have been so focused on healing the world or healing other people that you're looking over some healing that your own body needs. Okay, so take a break, take a step back, Bring it back to the self. Bring it back to your purpose here. Have some healthy selfishness, some healthy self-focus here, okay? Some healthy self-replenishment, some healthy self-love, showing up for yourself. Don't run yourself ragged trying to show up for and be everybody's healer and be everybody's everybody, you know. Don't something here too about not being afraid to you know, make your services cost what they actually need to cost. Or, you know, if you're feeling guided to, I don't know, you know, for some of you, maybe you're being guided to do your services for free. I don't know. Maybe for some of you, you've been giving away free services and the Spirit saying, what the hell are you doing? Like, make a business out of this. But for the majority of you, you need to step back, cleanse, release, heal a little bit, focus on yourself a little bit, ground on yourself. Don't focus on yourself, focus on yourself a lot. And bring it back in. Fill up your cup. Fill up your cup. Okay? Notice that Spirit is filling up your cup. Okay, that's what I have for you. Thank you guys so very much for being here with me. I really enjoyed this. Thank you to my fellow starseeds. Thank you to my fellow light workers. I love y'all. I wish you good luck out there. This is just a little checking in, okay? This is just a little like, hey, don't forget to take care of yourself while you're out there trying to save the world, okay? Love you so very much. Check in with your guides, check in with your ancestors. Light a few candles for yourself. Goddamn, why don't you, okay? And I will see you lovely ladies later, okay? And gentlemen, I don't know why I said ladies specifically, but I will see you lovely people later, okay? Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you to my spirits, angels, and guides for guiding me through this. Thank you to yours, okay, for guiding you here. Thank you for all of our spirits and guides protecting us and keeping us aligned, keeping us in alignment and keeping us loving and showing up for ourselves, okay? I really appreciate you guys as always. Like it if you liked it. Share it if you feel like it could help somebody else. Comment down below if it resonated for you, okay? If you feel guided to get any kind of personal services from me, okay? My contact information is listed down below. Thank you guys so very much, as always, and I will see you lovelies in the next one, okay? If it's not for you, don't let it take from you, okay? Bye, lovelies. Bye.